Please give a warm round of applause to Isaac Albanowitz.
Do talk to strangers. Ask questions. Ask interesting and pertinent questions. This is the A of a talk. Ask questions. Now, suggestion is, again, it's a suggestion. Because conversation is art, it's not a science. So suggestion is to ask open-ended questions. What's an open-ended question?
One that you can't answer just with a one-word answer.
No one-word answer, like yes or no. So you can say it's with what, when, how, why. But your conversation partner has to be willing to play the game. How's business, lousy? How are you? Don't ask. Fine. Even positive answer can be one word answer. So your conversation partner has to be willing to play the game. Now, what do you do if something like this happens? I was picking up my daughter from a bus terminal in New York City. She was visiting from Boston one of the Fridays. So it was at 10 o'clock at night. I picked her up. She got into the car and she says, "Oh, Daddy, by the way, I got B+ on my media law and ethics test." She's a journalist. So I said, "Oh, you're wonderful, Rosie. What do they teach you in media law and ethics class?" The answer was, "Media law and ethics, Dad." Now, what do you do when you get such answer? Well, we're talking about my daughter, so I started digging. Actually, the suggestion is start digging. Okay? Don't be pushy, but dig a little bit. Ask another question. Ask open-ended question, followed by a closed-ended question, followed by an open-ended question, and so forth. Start digging. And I did that exactly. I asked another one and another one. And then we had a lovely conversation on the way home. And I found out a lot of information. It's an interesting subject. When a reporter is liable, and how they can be sued, and what for what. It's a whole subject. So start digging a little bit. Now, the important thing is to remember to ask appropriate questions. In one of my workshops, one of my students said, "Isaac, you know, on one of the Saturdays in July, I was with my 4 years old at the community pool. And one of the people there came up to me, and the first thing that came out of the lady's mouth was, 'What do you do for a living?' He said, 'Wait a minute. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon. I'm with my 4 years old daughter at the pool in wonderful day. I don't want to talk about my job.'" Yeah. So my answer was, well, obviously this lady didn't take one of my classes. If she did, she would know what the appropriate question was. So it was not appropriate at the time to ask what you do for a living. Could be about the daughter, about the pool, whatever, but ask appropriate questions. Now, when you're asking questions, don't turn it into an interview. Because interviews are uncomfortable. We all went through interviews. They are not comfortable. Don't take it into an avalanche of questions, but do ask questions. And then listen. L of my talk acronym. Listen to the answers. Because if you're talking to strangers, asking questions, and not listening, you're talking to yourself. Listen to your conversation partner. Listen to the free information they give you. If you do, you'll never think about, what do I say next? Because you know you'll be given this information. Because people do give you information for free. They do tell you what they would like to talk about. You don't have to be an expert to contribute to the conversation. You don't have to be an expert to ask interesting questions. I was at the National Speakers Association workshop, and I was talking in a hallway with a wonderful lady, Ria, and we got to talk about skiing. Incidentally, I'm a skier. And the way she found out I was talking about, it was February, and there was no snow in our area. There was no snow in northeast, and I went all the way to Vermont, and it was miserable. And all the snow was in Denver, Colorado. And that's where the workshop was. So I said, I didn't say I hate you people. But we got to talk about skiing, and when two skiers meet, the only thing is, oh, where did you ski? Or what type of skier are you? Are you intermediate? Are you advanced? And then she said, I'm also a diver. Oh. Let me tell you, I'm not a diver. I'm not even a snorkeler. I'm not even a good swimmer. I cannot even dive in a pool. So, I know nothing, practically nothing about divers. But I have friends. And my friends told me that divers should be certified. And that's what I asked. Are you certified? Mind you, closed-ended question. She could have said yes or no. But she couldn't. Because I heard she was proud of this achievement. You should have been there with me. I hit a bullseye. Now I know that there is different types of diving. There is a recreational diving, and there is a rescue diving, and there is a coral diving, and there's the red diving, and she was a master diver, and I can talk to anybody about diving. I'm still not a diver. I'm not even a snorkeler. I'm not a good swimmer. Now, how did you fuel the conversation? What could I talk about? I have no idea. Oh, yes, I did. Because diving is marine life. It's underwater. And I was fascinated. I still am. I said, tell me more. It's like a different world down there, isn't it? Oh, yes. How can you do that? Because I cannot do that. Because I have a bad ear. I envy you. So tell me more. And she was telling me. Eventually, her friends were pulling her away. Saying, okay, you'll see him tomorrow. Let's go. We need to leave. So just ask interesting questions. And how do you know it's interesting? Listen to your conversation partner. They will tell you what interests them. That's how you know.